Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we will be reading to you from the book Stories of Don Bosco by Peter Lapin. Are you ready, my son?
Where's the book? Oh. This is like a dark brown.
A light brown tea?
Yeah, you see it?
Yes, when you add milk, it changes the color.
No. A climate of saints.
A climate of saints. That's what I'm trying to do here. Do you understand what that means, my son?
No.
Well, if you live in a house where there aren't any books, then chances are you won't read anything. You won't make it a habit. But if you live in a house that has many different types of books, and you see your parents reading books,
One problem. This chapter is 13 pages.
well, we'll read 13 pages, son. Oh,
Aww.
the tea is hot.
Okay. Oh, wait. No. It's 1 page. But then the next chapter after this is 12 pages more.
I see.
The chapter after this one is going to be a long one. Oh, but it has 3 dots. So would that be the end?
I don't know, my son.
No, like for us. Can we stop reading there next time?
You can stop where you choose to stop, and we'll
Okay.
continue it tomorrow. What's happening is, I was telling you about, if you have a climate, a home environment where you have books, then children will read. If you don't have any books, then people will not read. It's a climate, and Don Bosco is creating a climate of, add more milk, son,
Why?
so you won't burn yourself. Look at the amount of milk I added.
Okay. Yeah, it was hot.
And I wouldn't have done what you did.
What?
Taste it with your tongue. You grab a finger, or that's how you, I've seen in movies, that's how they do.
Your mom does like that.
Okay, the person was blind, but still,
You don't want the whole thing spilling.
you don't want to get burned. Purpose of having tea is to have fun, not put some more milk in there. The purpose of having tea is to have fun, not to burn yourself. There is no rush, but it really does cool it down.
Oh, there's the awesome white silky color. The coffee color.
Mm-hmm.
Smells good.
So let's read about how to develop a climate
Of saints.
where people that are near you in this climate, they become saints. Tony Robbins mentions that if you have friends that they don't like to move, or they're sick and something, when you go visit them, you'll sit down. You won't be moving so much. You'll even take a nap at their house, because you don't want to embarrass them that you are able to jump up and down, do pull-ups, and they are not able to do anything, so not much at least. So you'll tone yourself down. And if you're among young people, remember when the boys from Europe came here?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was taking quick showers, right?
Yeah.
That makes you move faster. One of them, I believe one of them took cold showers, right?
I heard them moving the door.
The baby kittens have moved. Oh, they. Yes, the grown-up baby kittens. Yes. by the way, if you want some kittens, let us know. We know where to find many kittens.
The orange one's not like this long.
Mm-hmm.
They're huge. And
Some of them we have to sort of trap them in order to capture them. They don't let humans come near them. And the screaming you hear is from our tenant. But this is not that bad. She's not screaming that bad tonight. Alright, while I wait for my son to finish looking at the kittens, I'll tell you that life is sometimes very difficult. And that's why I believe we live in families, or we have groups of people, we develop a team. You also must develop a team in order to achieve great success. Now my son just left. Alright, so let me let the cat out. He wanted to go out. Snowball, come on. Come on, Snowball. Corra, corra. Once you've been incarcerated, you let the cats go outside whenever they want to. But I don't do it when they're here. Oh, I'm ready to begin, son. Very well. Establishing a climate.
No, a climate of saints.
A climate of saints.
It's not hot anymore.
Great. The milk must have changed the climate of the teacup.
Ooh, it's warm. All right.
Then also another thing I do is I drop ginger cookies, and then I know how hot it is based upon how fast they dissolve. But I'm not sure. I think cold milk will dissolve them fast too, won't it? Yeah, that won't work.
Alright. Don Bosco went to great lengths to convince his boys that every one of them could become and was even called to be a saint. That he succeeded to no little extent is shown by the fact that it was said of the oratory, Sanctity.
What?
Sanctity.
Sanctity.
Sanctity was in the air you breathe. You did not notice its presence so much as its absence the moment you left. He succeeded in forming in the oratory what was called a climate of saints. To make every boy a saint was certainly an ambitious task, when no one considers the kind of boy he accepted. It is easy to imagine the checks, the disappointments, and even the rude setbacks he received. The memory of these was enough to make him smile when he heard someone describe in glowing colors the spirit of the oratory. He had to remind the speaker of the days when the boys of the oratory would have laughed in his face had he brought up the subject of religion. What effect did this climate of saints have on those who lived in it? Don Bosco himself puts it best when he says that in the oratory lived not one, but many boys who had nothing to lose by being compared with Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Here's how he describes some other results.
Okay, hang on. Wait for the Hispanic lady, finish her tantrum. Repeat that, will you?
Here's how he describes some other results. The good Lord gave Don Bosco many wonderful sons who performed genuine miracles, he says. Thanks to their merits, Don Bosco walks in triumph, and the world believes that it is all his doing. Whereas it is all due to his boys. I I could relate a great many things in confirmation of what I say, but the following would suffice. One day I entered the Church of Mary Help of Christians through the domain door. It was dusk, and when I reached the middle of the church, I glanced up at the painting and saw that the Madonna was wearing a dark cloak. Why did the sacristan cover the Madonna with his cloak? I wondered. As I approached the altar, however, I noticed that the cloak had started to move. A few seconds later, it slowly came down to earth. After adoring the Blessed Sacrament, we made the sign of the cross and left the church through the sacristy. That cloak was a son of Don Bosco, who, in an ecstasy of love, had been elevated to the picture of Our Lady so that he could see her better, contemplate her, love her, and kiss her immaculate feet. On another occasion, I came into the church and saw a boy suspended in the air in a kneeling position, on a level with the tabernacle. With his head bowed, he was leaning against the tabernacle door in ecstasy. When I called to him, he shook himself, descended, and deeply embarrassed, begged me not to tell anyone. I would cite many such instances which would make known how the good accomplished by Don Bosco is due in particular manner to his sons.
All right, who was speaking?
That's the question.
Go back. You skipped a section. That's what happened.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The last I remember was Don Bosco himself said it best.
Oh yeah, Don Bosco himself puts it best when he says that in the oratory lived not one but many boys who had nothing to lose by being compared with Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Here is how he describes some of these. Yeah, it's Don Bosco.
Now, will Don Bosco be jealous if he can't fly like his kids can?
Don't tell anyone I can fly, bro.
The children told him, don't tell anyone I can fly. But
if
you know what
anyone else saw
happened though?
that? What?
It was in the movie too. No, but you go first.
If someone saw that, someone else that was like frowning upon Don Bosco stuff, they'd say, he works with the devil!
Well, in the movie, the reluctant saint, he floats up and all the other, and then one of them sees it and runs back to tell everyone, right? Because nobody was going to believe him. And then they all told the bishop, but they all had different things. Some said he was 10 feet high, some said he was 5 feet off the ground, some said he was 2 feet off the ground, some he was... Everybody said something else. Of course, you're a generous man. There's more tea if you want.
I'm full. Ooh, this pen.
It belongs to the tablet there. It doesn't have a
What?
string. But that pen should not fall on the floor.
Yeah, it was like right there. Alright.
So what are you working on?
I'm trying to animate with this software.
I see. So that's an animation tablet / drawing tablet, but now you're using it for animation. Whereas before you used to use it for drawing.
Yeah, true.
Very good, son. This is something I approve of. Now it's almost 10 o'clock at night, so you know that you must be doing something on time or ahead of time. Yes. God bless you, my friends. See you tomorrow. We're going to read some more about Don Bosco.
How many friends did I add?
You know I got more subscribers now?
Really? How many?
109.
What? Good job.
welcome aboard. Thank you for subscribing. See you in the next video, and do your best every day. Good night. Like every day I gotta look at the button and then I gotta press it. And I'm trying to look at the camera. Well, okay. Good night.